What's up, everybody? My name is Erin, and welcome to the Mad Maker Studio, and welcome back to the Slay the Princess demo update.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
So I think this time around what I'm going to do is just go to the cabin, I'm going to take the knife, I'm going to talk to her, and then I'm going to decide to keep her locked up.
Yes.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous.
Because she knows
It's
we
almost
picked
as
up
if
the
she's the one
knife.
in charge down here.
She has some form of omnipotence. I would say it's on par with the narrator, where they're both, I wouldn't say right now if they're exactly on an even playing field, but there's definitely something above the both of them that's controlling everything. But she does, like, when we didn't take the knife down, she was like super concerned and sweet, and she sensed when we picked up the knife, so maybe she's connected to it in some non-visible way.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Just checking in on you.
Oh, it's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain
So
around
I've got
her wrist,
two
binding her to the far wall.
minor
of the basement.
theories about who put the princess down here. First one makes it seem like a village full of people, or her kingdom's people all rallied together and put her down here. But what if it's like the king and queen put her down here? She's like a child of prophecy, and they're like, nope, don't want none of that, and they put their daughter, most parents would put their princess daughter in a tall tower, but this king and queen, they put their princess daughter down in a dirty basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world? Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
I haven't decided yet.
How about you drop the knife and the two of us just talk?
Look how reasonable she's being. We should just drop the blade and talk things out.
No, you see, that's not the face of someone who's intimidated by me, so I'm gonna keep the knife.
Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. But killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Tighten your grip.
You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
Do you hear the conviction in her voice? Do you see the razor sharpness in her gaze? I don't think she's bluffing. She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Are you sure she's not armed?
I'm positive. I'm not. But we'll keep our eyes peeled. If she has a weapon, she'll have to draw it before she can use it.
Hesitating? Why don't you drop the knife and the two of us can be civilized with each other?
Why don't you drop your attitude and then we can talk? I'm not dropping the blade.
Then I'm not talking to you.
squint.
You stare at the princess, squinting. She squints back.
The two of you are going to do this forever, aren't you?
Squint at the princess even harder.
You squint even harder.
Ugh!
So does she.
At least nobody's dying right now.
You're going to have to make a choice. You can't keep squinting forever. Eventually, someone is going to have to blink.
Alright, slay the princess. We've got this far.
You charge the princess, blade in hand, but unfortunately your earlier suspicions
Aha!
proved correct. A blade of her own slips down her sleeve and catches you in the neck. Blood sprays from the cut, your severed carotid artery painting the princess with strokes
Dang,
of
she's
red.
got sharp teeth
Better finish your
too.
task quickly before you run out of time.
Finish the job.
With the last bit of your will, you press
We'll
forward,
die together.
sinking the blade deep into the princess's heart.
Oh,
The two of you collapse on the floor together, rapidly bleeding out.
somehow I thought this would turn out a little differently. But I wonder, do you really think that this was enough to stop me?
There it is again. That razor-sharp look in her eyes and the terrifying conviction in her words.
She's got little fangs.
But you don't have the time to worry over such things. Everything goes black, and you die.
This is new. The razor.
You're on a path
Like
in
for
the
her
woods,
razor sharp teeth.
and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
But I already slew the princess. Sure, she also killed me, but I definitely got her. Why am I here again?
I can assure you that you didn't slay her and that she didn't kill you. People don't just spring back to life after dying, and the two of us are meeting for the very first time. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Oh, who's the new friend we got with us today?
Are we sure we don't want to turn around and hightail it out of here? I really don't want to be stabbed to death again.
That's valid.
Stabbed to death? Well, you won't have to worry about that. The princess is unarmed. But that's exactly what you told us last time. But as soon as we tried to slay her, she just started stabbing us. To death. Calm down. I assure you she has no weapons. So there's no reason to fear her. You were made for this job. You'll do just fine.
Okay, let's proceed to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. No, we can't go in there. Do either of you feel sick? Because I feel sick just thinking about that place. We're going to die again, and I bet it's going to hurt. It's good to be careful, but you're really not helping with all that talk about death and dying.
I wonder if we'll reach a point where we'll have more than 3 voices in our head at a time. It feels like that could be a thing later on.
Agreed. Just ignore that clown and stay focused. The interior of the
Ooh.
cabin is a jagged mess of warped wood and broken boards, their splintered edges as uninviting as shattered glass. The only furniture of note is a pointed table with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Dang, it's like the cabinet of Dr. Caligari up in here.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
The mirror. The mirror has been the one constant throughout each chapter 2 iteration of the cabin. I'm so curious. Let's try touching it again.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But there was a mirror a second ago. And now it's gone. For the love of everything, can we just get this over with already? All this waiting is killing me.
I feel like we're gonna have to Alice in Wonderland through that mirror at some point. You know what I mean? Through the looking glass type of deal. Alright, we'll take the blade.
You take the blade from the table.
It ain't gonna matter
It will be
much,
difficult
but we'll
to slay the
take it
princess
anyway.
and save the world without a weapon. Okay. Holding it feels a little better. Maybe we can make it through this.
I'm telling you, this is not a normal knife. There's something very special and significant about it.
The door to the
Oh,
basement
that looks so
creaks open,
dangerous.
revealing what must once have been stairs. The fractured slats look as if they've been torn from their source and violently jammed into the wall. The air seeping up from below has an almost metallic quality to it, like the smell of fresh blood. And you can hear what sounds like the rhythmic scraping of metal coming from down below. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. That's right! Scraping! I told you she has something! I told you! That sound could be anything. It's probably just her chains dragging across the floor. I am begging you to get out of your head. Her grating voice carries up the stairs.
I hope you've come to rescue me. I've been stuck down here.
He sounds like a
forever.
robot.
Is something wrong with that voice? I can hear her bloodlust. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view, her sharp eyes following you from across the room.
Full disclosure, I was expecting an automaton.
I wonder if she remembers us.
Finally, somebody, quick, get me out of these chains. We're not safe here.
What is behind your back?
We're not falling for it. She's tricking us. Can't you
She's
hear
smiling.
the threatening edge to her voice? She just wants us to get close, to let our guard down. Then it'll all happen again. If she sounds threatening, it's because her mask is already slipping. She knows why you're here. You are armed, after all.
What are you waiting for? You are here to rescue me, right?
It don't look like you need rescuing. So this is a weird hallway camera. Like the top looks like the steps and there's the window. It's like been broken apart in such a weird way. I'm trying to wrap my brain around it. But she looks really tall. Oh, dude. Woo. You got me. That was good. All right, we've reached an ending. That means it's the end of the video. Thank you so much for joining me. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, I hope to see you next time. Bye!